So here I have a Polk audio subwoofer, and there's no sound, I believe. So I'm just going to plug it in. We'll switch it on and see what happens. So immediately when I switch on the main switch, there's nothing. This power LED right here should light up. Okay. So this power should turn green when the main switch is on. And so we're going to have to open this up. Okay. Now, I know that there is a fuse. There is a fuse thing right here that you can take out, and you probably have you have a blown fuse as well. But just fixing that fuse, like you have to wonder, like, why did the fuse blow, right? So if I just replace the fuse, is that going to fix the problem? Probably not, because there's probably internal short. But sometimes that there's a peak surge, and that could be the problem. Okay, so I'll just take out this. It should be a 4 amp. It should be a 4 amp fuse, and you can see it's definitely a blown fuse. You can see it's all blown. So let's just open it up. There's these screws along the outside. Doesn't take too much to have a look at it. Could be like power MOSFET blown. I'm just gonna make sure there's no short on the main. If there's no short on the main, I'm just gonna pop in a new fuse and see if that fixes the issue. Yeah. So there we go. There we go. Now we have access to all the goodies right here. So we'll look for anything burnt. This resistor does not. There is a gunky looking resistor there. I don't like that. If you look down in there, you can see that this guy's burnt. So there's a burnt capacitor. Two burnt capacitors right here. Now why did they burn? C14 has died. That's one of the blue ones. And then this guy's dead too. So why? That's the question. Why? There's probably a short. There's probably a short somewheres. Not getting any short here. This resistor doesn't look too good. Okay, I'm gonna have to take this board out. There is something wrong. It's not just a fuse problem. It is a board problem. So we can disconnect everything on the board here. And then we can test it out. Replace some parts. Plug it back in. See if it works. You know? That's the idea. If you first do a physical inspection, you see something any burnt, fix that stuff and make sure there's no short. Plug it back in. Okay. Can we take it off? That's the question now. Oh, we have one more screw on the outside here. Okay. Okay. There's something else holding it together. Holding it down. Okay, we got these two top screws as well. Oh boy. Down here, there's a couple of screws. Yes. Okay. Sound systems, they put all this glue stuff. They have this kind of foamy thing. That we have to remove. It's glued onto the board. Okay. Let's pry it up on that. Oh man. Okay. Let's check everything else out. It looks okay. That looks fine. So, done with the main system. It's onto the board. Okay, so we have a burnt capacitor. Two burnt capacitors. Let's check out this resistor. Let's turn it into ohm mode here. And I'm getting 45k, so the resistor is good. And then we'll test out this diode. And I'm getting 0.46, so this diode is fine. These diodes are fine. Okay, we have a little bit more to check out here. We have a regulator voltage regulator here. Usually like diodes do short out, and IC. So we do have a forward, like a Schottky diode. We'll just test out that we're not getting like 0 on him. So it's looking okay. Like we're not getting a short on that Schottky diode. And then let's check out these capacitors. Capacitors are not shorted, so that's fine. There's some dark spots like that are concerning. Let's So if you look on the board here, you can actually see the brownage. That means that too much heat was going through this. This seems to be okay, but right here I'm measuring. Turn into ohms here. I'm measuring 10 ohms. That could be okay. And this one I'm measuring 100 and something. So let me just flip it over so we can see. It looks okay. It's a high powered resistor there, and that looks fine. The one that I don't like is this guy right here. Okay, let's okay, how to measure this? Right here. Okay. And measuring some right here. So, but I don't like how it looks so crispy. You know, like a KFC. There should be no KFC. So let's see what these values should be. Orange, black. Here's orange, black, red on those two guys. Orange, black, red. So, and then it's gold. Better be right or, so it's 4, 0, 4, 0, and then red. Better be red, 3. So this should be 40 k ohm. Okay. So you probably want to replace those. Let me just measure. This guy here. That's a multiplier, add the number of zeros. No, that's wrong. So that's the number of zeros. So if I have, let's just do this one because it's easier. This is brown, green, red. So brown, better, black, brown. Starts at 0. So this is brown is 1, green. What? What time is it? Okay. Better be right or your great big venture goes wrong. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So Brown is 1. Green is 5. Red is the multiplier. It has 2. So that should be 1.5 k ohm. Okay? And then what we can do is measure and see if we can get 1.5 k ohm. If they're, yeah, and we get 1.47, which is fine. Now, these two are in series, so that's going to cut the resistance in half. And these guys are orange, black, red, and they're the same. Orange, black, red. Orange is 3, black is 0, red is 2. That's like the number. So we should get 3K. And then these are in parallel, so we should get half of that. So we should get 1.5 k ohm on these two guys. So on this connection here, we should get 1.5 k ohms. It's going up because it's charging a capacitor. And that's looking okay. That's what we calculated, and we're measuring pretty much okay. So that means that that should be fine. So that's fine. That is okay. The guy that we're not too sure about is why this capacitor here, shot. And you know what? I actually think that this capacitor here is fine, because I think that's this shootout. See how it's at the very top, and then when I take, let me just clean up this with some alcohol. We'll clean it up with some rubbing alcohol here. And this capacitor, I think what happened is it just got dirty on the top from the shootout of this guy. So I think it's only one bad capacitor. And when it blew up, it just blew that black on him. So this guy it's fine. Like you can see the shape hasn't much changed at all. So it's just this guy that blew up. Now C14, I have no idea what that is, but we can find one that has a similar shape, because usually when you're manufacturing the board, you're going to choose components that are the same because it's easier for manufacturing, right? So I'm going to, like, if you look here, you'll notice that we have two of these guys and they're the same shape, and usually they'll be the same component, okay, in that design. And so this guy is the little blue guy, and we have these little blue guys on over here. Okay, so this one was a blue, and now he's black because, you know, he's blown up. And those are 102K, 1K volt. So these blue capacitors are 102. That's what it says. 102K, and then 1 kilovolt. So they're very high very high voltage capacitors. Let's see if I have any of those. Okay, so I found a capacitor. It's 102 1 kilovolt capacitor, and what we're going to do is remove the old one and throw this one in. You can see the old one in there, it's all burnt up. Just use the soldering iron. It's just falling apart. Okay. Some pliers to pull it. There we go. Then we're gonna pop this guy into the hole. Nice. Looking nice. And then we'll solder them up. Let's clean it up. So you can see nice. Alright. Let's test out some stuff here. We'll test this inductor. We're getting good. Test this. We're getting stuff there. Test the capacitor. There's a diode here. Put in dial mode here. Getting half. Perfect. Getting a half. Nice. Reverse. And reverse. So that's fine. So the voltage can go through there. Okay, let's test it, these guys here. Okay. Not measuring any shorts. Because the problem's right here, so I tested it with that guy there. Should be fine. That's the only thing that I could find wrong. Okay, so I think this board's gonna work. Fingers crossed, right? I guess we can try seeing if there's any short on our main plug, which there's not. There's no short there on the main, so there's no shorts on the main plugs, and that's what you want to test. Okay. And I guess the last thing that we can test is the voltage out. We have ground, and you just want to test to see if these pins are shorted, which there is a short from ground to 36 volts. From ground to 36 volts, we're measuring a short. So, but on the bottom, those two pins are shorted. So that don't matter. That doesn't matter. As long as there's no short between here and here. Which there's not. Great. Okay. I think it's good to go retest it. So I have a new fuse. Insert our fuse. Connect our power. And I'm going to leave it on. And I'm going to switch the amp to I'm going to switch this stuff off. The low pass is fine. Okay. 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 I'm going to switch the power is on. I've reconnected the circuit. I haven't screwed everything down because I want to see if anything blows up when I turn it on. Let's switch it on. And you can see the power button is on, so that's good. That's wonderful. Okay, I'm going to screw everything back in and then we'll test this out. So a pro tip is to get the circuit board off, you don't actually have to take the black screws off because there's just a little bit of glue, but you can see there's actually two screws on these little pegs, one at the top, the silver one and the black one. So when you're taking off the board, if you take off all the top screws, you just have to pry a little bit because of that glue. It just makes it easier to take off the board. So instead of taking off these ones, just take off those ones, and you have to pry up because it's glued on there. And there's also that little foam pad that's stuck on there. So okay, let's reinstall it here. So input line we'll put it in here. Okay. Let's stir it up and see if we get some sound. Plug it in here. And we're getting sound. Lots of sound. Low pass filter's working. Whole house shaking. There we go. Nice. Okay, so if the women don't find you handsome, at least they'll find you handy, right? An old red green saying.